So I knew I wanted to film a video today, but it's been one of those days where everything has just been taking a lot longer than it should have, and it is now very late in the day. So I needed something quick and something fun to do. So I figured instead of trying to do some long drawn out video, I would do a concept that I saw someone do, and I don't remember exactly who it was. Maybe it was Carrie Can Read. If I can find the video, I will definitely link it down below. In the video, she was trying to give synopses of books that she's read in the past and just to like see if she remembers what she reads. So I figured it would be fun to just go into Goodreads, like use a random number generator, generate some numbers, go to the corresponding book and just see if I can remember what the heck I've read. Okay, so of course the numbers don't show up next to the books on my tablet. So I'm just gonna do random number 1 through 50. And then I'm just gonna have to count to that book. So it will just be the last 50 books that I finished that are included in this. So there's a better chance that I'll remember, right? So that works for me. I don't know if I have to be on the computer to have the numbers next to them, but we're just gonna work with what we have for today. We have our number generator. I have not pressed it yet. So let's do, our first number is going to be 42, of course. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 39, 40, 41, 42. Okay, so the book I got was The Devil in the Dark Water. It's by Stuart Turton. I am not including images in here. This is going to be a super casual video, like I said. So, The Devil in the Dark Water by Stuart Turton. I can tell you I read as part of a Start and Stop buddy read with Allison over at Allison on a Book Break. She does like a group buddy read almost every month that she calls a Start and Stop buddy read. But can I actually remember the book? Just so you know, this is going to be full of spoilers, potentially, depending on how much I remember about a book. I should have said that first. So if you don't want to know anything about one of these books, like definitely fast forward through until the next section because we're going to be full of spoilers, potentially. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tell you what I remember from the book, and then I'm going to read the actual synopsis so that you know, or like give you snippets from the actual synopsis so that you know what the book is actually about, in case I was wrong. But The Devil in the Dark Water by Stuart Turton takes place on a ship, and I believe this is the one where, no, I think that was a different book. I was going to say, I think this is the one where there was a body in the wall, but I don't think that was this one. The ship was definitely haunted or something. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. I really don't remember anything about this book. I read it. I enjoyed it. Like, I really liked it. Let me just see without really looking. I gave it 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. So I liked this book, but I don't remember this book. Let's do another lifeline. Did I write a review for this book? I did not write a review for this book. So, oh yes, I did. Okay, I wrote, this book took me for a ride. If you had asked me to predict the ending even halfway through, I would have gotten it so wrong, and I love that. That does not help me at all. I don't remember this book. Oh man. I really don't remember this book. I was thinking that it had like a body buried in the wall and it was haunting the ship, but that was definitely a different book. Okay, let's see what The Devil in the Dark Water is actually about, because I'm pretty sure I'm super wrong. Oh, I was so close. Okay, so I think I was thinking of the right storyline, but it wasn't the dead body in the wall. Okay, so it says, a murder on the high seas, a detective duo, a demon who may or may not exist. It's 1634, and Samuel Pepys, the world's greatest detective, is being transported to Amsterdam to be executed for a crime that he may or may not have committed. Traveling with him is his loyal bodyguard, Errant Hayes, who is determined to prove his friend innocent. But no sooner are they out to sea than devilry begins to blight the voyage. A twice-dead leper stalks the decks. That's what I was thinking of, not the dead body in the wall. That was a different book. Strange symbols appear on the sails, livestock is slaughtered, and then 3 passengers are marked for death, including Samuel. Could a demon be responsible for their misfortunes? And that's all I ended. It does ring a bell, but I'm still not like 100% sure I remember what happened in that book. But I gave it 4 stars. Let's try again, shall we? Random number generator. Let's see what rule number 2 is going to give us. And number 22. So number 22 is Tell No One by Harlan Coben. Now this one I gave 4 stars as well. Did I write a review? I did, but I'm not going to read it because it might have spoilers. It's another short one. I do a lot of like 2-line reviews, but I'll only read that first if I need the help, but I don't think I do. Okay, so in Tell No One by Harlan Coben, we're following our main character, Beck, whose wife was murdered, I think 8 years prior. And so his wife is murdered and he's been living his life, and then he finds something, like he comes across something in the present day that only his wife would know. I don't remember the details. I don't remember if someone sent him something or like he saw someone doing something, but it was something that only his dead wife would know about or be able to do or whatever. So then he's convinced that she's still alive, and he's going on he has this like mission to figure out what actually happened to his wife, because he like completely believes that she's still alive. This book, I found it interesting because it was told through 2 perspectives. We had our main character, Beck, and his perspective was in first person, and then we also had like a third person omniscient like overview. So you had what was going on with him, but then you also had the wider view of the story. So I thought that was really cool, and that is what I remember about that book. It was a good book. I love Harlan Coben. So let's see what my review says and then what Goodreads says about Tell No One. So my review says, I had a good time with this book. Despite it being almost 25 years old, it didn't come across as overly dated, besides the pager, haha. And I enjoyed being in the head of our main character. So that's all I wrote. And then the summary, or the synopsis, says, for Dr. David Beck, the loss was shattering, and every day for the past 8 years, oh, I even got the 8 years right. For the past 8 years, he has relived the horror of what happened. The gleaming lake, the pale moonlight, the piercing screams, the night his wife was taken, the last night he saw her alive. Okay, so she was kidnapped. She was taken. She wasn't murdered, but I feel like she was murdered. Whatever. Everyone tells him it's time to move on, to forget the past once and for all. But for David Beck, there can be no closure. A message has appeared on his computer, a phrase only he and his dead wife know. Suddenly, Beck is taunted with the impossible, that somewhere, somehow, Elizabeth is alive. Boom. I nailed that one. I didn't get it like 100%, but I'm gonna say that I nailed that one. Okay, let's go for number 3. Number 50, of course. 5, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. This one is going to be tough. So this is Murder at the Taffy Shop by Maddie Day. It is book 2 in the Cozy Capers book group mystery. It's a cozy mystery series. Again, I gave it 4 stars. I did not write a review for this one, but I can tell you that all cozy mysteries kind of blend together. So I will try to give you some specifics, but I don't know if I can. Okay, so the Cozy Capers book group mysteries take place on the Cape, hence Cozy Capers. So they take place in Cape Cod in Massachusetts. It's a setting that I love because that is where I'm originally from, right near the Cape. But that doesn't tell you about the plot of the book. So in this one, oh, I wish this was about the first one, because the first one I remember, the second one I don't. Oh man, I really do. I remember the first one. I can't even begin to tell you what this one is about. It has to do with a candy shop. But I can tell you what the first one is about, or I can tell you more specifics about the story or about the series, but I can't really give you specifics about this book. I remember the first one, and I actually remember the third one, but I do not remember the second one. But in this series, you're following Our main character, what's her name? I don't remember, but she owns a bike repair shop and she lives right in front of a bike path. And I thought that was the coolest setting because I can totally just like see this idyllic little beach town with the little cute bike path and the little town square, and you can ride your bike all around. Like, beautiful. Love it. Don't remember this book. So let's just read the summary because I am taking an L on this one. I really don't remember anything about this book. So, Murder at the Taffy Shop by Maddie Dye. Mackenzie. I was gonna say Mac. I couldn't remember if it was Mac or Mel, so I just didn't say anything. Actually, I honestly probably would have said Mel, so I would have gotten it wrong. Cape Cod bicycle shop owner Mackenzie Mac Almeida and her mystery book club find a certain accusation of murder quite the stretch. When your mother is an astrologist and your dad is a minister, you learn to keep an open mind, which is what Mac loves to do. Exercise her mind by puzzling out fictional clues in the mystery novels she reads and discusses with her Cozy Capers book group. But now Mac's friend Jin has found herself in a sticky situation. After wealthy... I almost said gynecologist. It says genealogist. After wealthy genealogist Beverly Richard is found dead outside Jin's taffy shop, the candy maker becomes the person of interest. When it's revealed that Beverly was poisoned the night Jin brought a box of taffy to a dinner party at Beverly's house, she's bumped to the top of the suspects list. It's up to Mac and her Cozy Capers crime solvers to unwrap this real-life mystery. But this time they might have bitten off more than they can chew. Okay, I remember that book. I never would have been able to remember that. I was going to say that I think it's about a friend of hers that owns the candy shop, but that's about as far as I would have gotten, so I definitely don't think that's enough to say that I remember what that book was about. Let's do 2 more. I think 5 is a good number. Okay, so let's get our next number. Oh, 10. Okay, so that's going to be not a really recent, but it's going to be a fairly recent one. So I should remember. Fingers crossed. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, well, this one's kind of easy. So this is Call Us What We Carry, a book of poetry by Amanda Gorman. There it is. I gave it 4 stars. And yeah, it's a book of poetry, so it's not necessarily something that I can remember the plot of. A lot of the poems, I will say, were about... Okay, so everything has probably shifted, and it might even be crooked. I got an alert on my phone that someone was at my door, so I just needed to make sure that everything was okay. Okay, so Call Us What We Carry, a poetry collection by Amanda Gorman. It came out, and she was writing it, I believe, around 2020, 2021, that kind of area. So it was very topical. A lot of the poems were about politics, Black Lives Matter, and COVID. They were kind of masterfully woven together to tell a little bit of a story, but you could also read them individually. There was a little bit of formatting, interesting formatting and stuff going on, but overall it wasn't necessarily something I can give you a summary on. That's pretty much the summary, is that it's a collection of poetry about politics, Black lives, and COVID. That being said, I don't keep it short to trivialize it at all. It was a very good poetry collection. I don't read a ton of poetry, but I did enjoy it when I read it. I think I read it for a readathon or something, maybe? I'm not 100% sure. It was formerly titled The Hill We Climb and Other Poems. The Hill We Climb is the poem that she recited at the presidential inauguration. Amanda Gorman's remarkable new collection reveals an energizing and unforgettable voice in American poetry. Call Us What We Carry is Gorman at her finest, including The Hill We Climb, the stirring poem read at the inauguration of the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden, and bursting with musical language and exploring themes of identity, grief, and memory. This lyric of hope and healing captures an important moment in our country's consciousness while being utterly timeless. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, let's do one last one, and hopefully it's an actual book. That'll be fun to try to figure out what it was about. Okay, so we were on 10, and now 47. Okay, 49, 48, 47. Okay, Kingdom of the Cursed by Kerri Maniscalco. I, once again, gave it 4 stars. I give everything 4 stars apparently. Okay, I did not write a review, so I am on my own here. Again, I remember Kingdom of the Wicked, but we are talking about book 2, Kingdom of the Cursed. This book, again, spoilers, because of course, especially with this one, it is a second book in a series. But again, I don't know how much of this I'm going to remember or get right. So, that being said, be warned, and here we go. So, Kingdom of the Cursed. At the end of Kingdom of the Wicked, our main character, what was her name? I feel like it started with a V. Or Valentina or Victoria. I think it was Vittoria. Not Victoria, Vittoria. She found out that the demon that she summoned to try to save her sister in the first book, or find out what happened to her sister, is actually a prince of hell. So in book 2, Kingdom of the Cursed, she goes to hell with him, and like, I think she's trying to get revenge for her sister's death or something. And then of course all the princes of hell are like fawning all over her and want to get with her and all this stuff. That's what I remember. Let's see what the summary was. Let's see how close I was. So this says, after selling her soul to become the queen of the wicked, Vittoria was the sister. Amelia travels to the Seven Circles with the enigmatic Prince of Wrath, where she's introduced to a seductive world of vice. She vows to do whatever it takes to avenge her beloved sister Vittoria. Yeah, the sister is Vittoria. The main character is Amelia. Okay. Even if that means accepting the hand of the Prince of Pride, the King of Demons. The first rule in the court of the wicked, trust no one. With backstabbing princes, luxurious palaces, mysterious party invitations, and conflicting clues about who really killed her twin, Amelia finds herself more alone than ever before. Can she even trust Wrath, her one-time ally in the mortal world, or is he keeping dangerous secrets about his true nature? Amelia will be tested in every way as she seeks a series of magical objects that will unlock the clues of her past and the answers she craves. One sister, 2 sinful princes, infinite deception with a side of revenge. Welcome to hell. I kind of got that, except for the fact that I got the name wrong. I didn't give a ton of detail, but I mean, I gave a general synopsis of what happened. She went to hell. She was hanging out with the princes, going into all their palaces. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Did I get enough of that one to count it? I don't know. And in the spirit of this super casual video, I was not keeping score. I don't really know how I did. So in the comments, let me know how you think I did with this. Let me know if you would want to see me do it again, or if you have ever done an experiment like this to see if you remember what you read. Are you better than I am? I hope you're better than I am. It probably would not take much for you to be better than I am at remembering what you read. But given my poor memory, I think I did all right. Like, definitely let me know what you think, but I think I did all right for who I am as a person. But that's gonna wrap it up today. Let me know what you think of this video. If you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. And if you did like this video, feel free to like it on your way out. And I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.